I'm down at the waterfront again for our ambitious city. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have been so excited to interview the people that I've had a chance to talk with, people like Tammy Huang, people like Max Francis, my friend Andy Vickers. They've been fantastic interviews. I want to thank each one of them for coming on the show. But I also I'm just so excited to introduce you to my friend Susana Escobar. She is from Mexico, lives in Hamilton now, and actually has competed in the Olympics. And we're going to get into that story, but I want to welcome you, Susana, to the show.
Thanks for
Tell us a
having
little
me.
bit, okay, tell us a little bit, okay, you born in Mexico,
Yes.
right?
Born and
And
raised.
how long did you stay in Mexico for?
I was born and raised. I stayed there till my 18th birthday.
Okay, 18 years
Yeah,
old. So
18 years
that's
old.
quite a long time to
Yeah.
be living. So you remember it really well.
Yeah.
Do you still have family down there?
Yes.
Okay.
All my family's actually down there.
All right. So then, so what was it like? What's Mexico like as where you live? Was it a village? Was it a city?
Well, up to 12 years old, we were living in a very small city.
Okay.
Small town. We were always, well, not town, city, still city, but very small. And it was great. I all have these good memories, to be honest.
That's awesome.
It was great.
And what I know of the culture a little bit, it's very family oriented.
Yeah, well,
so
that's
you're
all Mexico,
around.
right?
You're around all the time. Too,
Yeah, cousins.
Right?
Yes, but family is very important.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And so, how many siblings, brothers, sisters do you
So
have?
I'm the youngest of 6. I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters.
That's like me. I'm the youngest of 6
Oh.
as well. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And so, what was it like growing up as the youngest?
It was it was good. I mean, I was the spoiled one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go. I know what
Yeah.
that's like to be the spoiled one. Absolutely.
To be honest.
Yeah, that's awesome. And okay, so tell us a little bit. You had a little bit of a crisis happen to you that kind of propelled you into what you're known for today. So what happened? How old were you when this happened?
I was 4 or 5, in between, and we went on a family vacation. And I would always love water, right? But I was always in shallow enough waters.
Sure.
But in this pool at this hotel, I didn't notice it was pretty deep. So I just jumped in, I started playing, and sure enough, I started drowning.
Wow.
Yeah, I started drowning. Thankfully, my older sister, Carmen, was in arms. Well, she was pretty close. Jumped in, took me out of the water.
Wow. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
your sister Carmen who pulled you up.
The hero, yeah.
Okay, she was
Yeah,
the
she's
hero.
the hero.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And so then.
Yeah, so
what
after
happened?
that, my parents were like, okay, we're not going to go on a family vacation, which we love to go on family vacations, until you all learn how to swim properly.
Okay.
So from then on,
So
the rest is history.
that was kind of the stipulation. We're not going on family vacation until you all learn how to swim.
Yes.
So you all have a measure of ability to swim and kind of.
Yeah,
Okay.
all of my siblings can swim
Right.
perfectly.
But you went more than just being able to swim.
Yeah.
All of you went on to just more than just being able to swim.
Yes.
So where did this kind of competition or competitive spirit come from then?
We just started loving it.
Okay.
To be honest, my parents saw the talent in all of us.
Right.
The teachers who taught us how to swim saw the talent. We started in a very small club to learn how to swim, and then we went on to the competitive club for the city, like the big team of the city. We went on to that. We were always trying to go farther and farther and breaking.
So it was school competitions and
Actually, no. In Mexico, there's no such thing
so it's
as school
community.
competitions.
So
Yeah,
it's more
it's just
community. You're part of a community team.
yeah.
Right? And then you guys just seem to be the Escobar family just started
Yeah.
to seem to
Yeah,
excel.
Girl. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So tell us a little bit about where your other siblings went in swimming.
Well, my oldest 3 got to nationals.
Nationals.
Mexican nationals.
Okay.
And then the youngest 3 were the ones who got a little bit farther than the older ones.
Okay.
Luis went to the Olympics as well.
Really? So you have another sibling that went to the Olympics.
Olympian in
Wow.
the family.
Okay.
We were
That's
both,
amazing. Okay.
Yeah, we were both at 2008. It was amazing, honestly. Sharing that together,
Sure.
it was the best. It was one of a kind experience. Prissy got to Pan American Games and Central American Games, and me.
Again, very high level.
Yeah, very high level. And me.
Okay.
Yeah,
And so which Olympics did you go?
So Beijing 2008
Beijing.
and London 2012.
And 2012.
Yes.
All right. And what is your event?
So my event is distance freestyle
Distance freestyle
and individual medley.
and
400.
individual medley. Okay, so break that down for us.
So a distance freestyle is equivalent to running the mile.
Okay.
No, actually, no, it would be 2 miles.
Wow.
So what is it?
That is swimming a long time.
Yeah. In comparison to running.
Right.
So distance freestyle 800. It's long, but not as long. So you have to go pretty hard.
Okay. And what's the length of an Olympic pool?
It's 50 meters.
50 meters. So you're doing it how many times?
So 16 times.
16 times.
Yeah.
Oh
And
man.
yeah, the guys
Okay.
have to do it 30 times actually.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So going back for 16 times.
Yeah.
And okay, so to qualify, you're explaining this a little bit earlier. To qualify to go to the Olympics, you have to meet a certain standard. You have to meet the Olympic standard.
Yeah.
But then there's the Mexican.
So, yeah, well, back 8 years ago, you had the Olympic A standard, the Olympic B standard,
Okay.
and then the Mexican standard.
Oh, so there's like
Which would
three
fall,
standards.
yeah,
Oh
it
man.
would fall. The Mexican would fall in between the A and the B.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
So you got the Olympic A, Olympic B,
Olympic-
and then the Mexican
Yeah,
C. Okay.
in between.
Okay.
So, the Olympic Federation says to every federation, you can send 2 swimmers under the A cut,
200
or
the A,
one
or
under the B.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
But each federation decides who to send.
Right.
So the Mexican Federation says, okay, yes, you may be under the B cut, but if you're not under the federation cut, our standard,
Right.
you won't get to go.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So each federation can send 2 under the A or 1 under the B.
Right.
And the Mexican Federation says if you're not under the federation, then you won't go, even if you are under the B.
Okay. Okay. So even to get to the Olympics, you were living in Mexico until you got 18.
Yeah.
And then where did you go?
And then I got offered a scholarship for Texas,
So
University
full
of Texas.
scholarship to
Full scholarship
University of Texas.
to University of Texas.
Okay. And what else did you study while you're swimming there?
I majored in health promotion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do regular studies while you're there.
Yeah.
But meanwhile you're in the
Yes.
pool and training.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. But did you know you're going for the Olympics while you're at university, or you just training?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, that
when I was
in your sights.
yes, when I was little, 8, 9, I watched the '96 Olympics on TV.
Okay.
We watched the Sydney Olympics on TV, and my sight was on that, the Olympics.
Fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
But you did some competitions for the University of Texas.
Yes.
You
4
did very
years.
well.
All the entire university circuit, I finished it. I did pretty well, All American. So yeah, that was another experience. It was actually very intense.
Wow. So what's the regimen? I'm just trying to figure out. Like I know for people who do hockey or for other sports, you live, eat, breathe your sport.
Mhm.
So what time
Yeah.
are you in the pool in the mornings?
5:30 in the morning.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 5:30 in the morning. You would do a morning practice, then you would go off to school. This is while you're in university or high school.
Right.
And then after school, you go back to the water, and then after the water, you go to the gym.
Really.
Yeah.
So you're
It's a
training
lot
in the
of
morning,
hours.
training in the evening, and then you're working out.
Yes.
Just to build up strength.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And what about I know like diet and sports psychology? Are you involved with all that too?
Well, in Texas, we get all of that provided to us. A
Wow.
nutritionist,
Okay.
a psychologist, if you need it, if
Right.
you thought you needed it,
Right.
it was there for you. But yeah, as far as nutrition goes, you would have someone who could give you advice as far as what to eat, how to eat,
Right.
all that kind of stuff. You do have to make sure you fuel up properly,
Right.
because you're getting a lot out,
You're
right?
burning a lot
So
of
you gotta
calories.
make sure
Yeah. The intake.
you fuel it properly, right?
Sure.
You can't just fuel it with
What would you
Right.
say one of the best coaching advice or tips from your coaches was regarding your swimming and improving to get where you were?
are probably what all the coaches have told me, every single one of them, and it doesn't differ. It's have fun,
Have fun.
enjoy it,
Wow.
enjoy it.
Okay. Okay.
Because if you don't enjoy it, if you're not liking what you're doing at
Right.
the moment, it becomes so hard.
Right.
It honestly becomes so difficult.
Was your form, if you want to call it natural
Technique.
Was it
I
natural?
was actually always good at technique.
You were, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was, and I was at Texas, especially. The technique was very important for my coach at the time, and she was very good at it. She was very good at pinpointing what was wrong with your stroke.
Right.
So I switched my technique, not a lot, but yes, some details. So I think I'm proud to say my technique was pretty good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you were telling us a little bit of an experience that you had in, I believe it was Beijing,
Yeah.
where you had a competitor who beat you in one day, and tell us a little bit
no,
about
that was back in 2007.
2007?
At the Pan American Games.
Pan America Games.
In Brazil.
Okay. Sorry, okay.
So, going back to the standards,
Yes.
right? The federation had 842 standard for the 800 freestyle.
Right.
The B was 854 and the A was 835,
Okay.
I think. So again, it's in between. And in history, this never happened where two swimmers were actually under the federation cut.
Okay.
It never ever happened. It was always one.
Right.
The one swimmer got on there. Okay, you go.
Yeah.
But this time around, there were
Now
two of us.
there's two. Okay.
There's two of us. So at that meet, there was this girl who was always behind me. So I was always being faster than her.
Okay. Yeah.
A bit like I'm a year older or something. So I was always faster, and I was obviously going for the federation standard to qualify for the Olympics.
Okay, so this is an Olympic qualifier.
Yeah,
and you're faster.
Olympic qualifier,
you're typically faster.
Yes, I'm typically faster. So I see her swim the night before my event, and she swam, incredible. Got under the 842. She was an 838 something.
838. Okay.
838.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I did not see this coming at all. And the next morning, I came back to the pool. I did my race, and I was
It's
my turn to swim. And I was an 847 at the time. The standard was 842. She was an 838. And that morning, and you have to take into account that swimming at night is easier than swimming in the morning.
Okay. Yeah.
You should be faster at night
Sure.
because your body's ready to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And she did it at night. I did it in the morning
Okay.
because the schedule was off.
Right.
And that morning, I just thought, I went back to, I'm just gonna have fun. I'm just gonna enjoy.
Right.
I'm just gonna
So
go
you
for it.
heeded
So
that
I went
advice.
out.
Yeah.
I went out fast.
Yeah.
And I kept on going.
Wow.
I clocked at an 839.
839.
Which when I saw it from 847 to 839, I was very proud of myself, especially.
So you brought your times way down.
Yeah, way down.
Swimming in the morning, which is tougher.
Tougher.
Right.
Yeah. And knowing that somebody had already gone fast.
Right. And you were able to block that out and just swim your race
swim.
and do as best as you can.
Yeah, and it was funny
Fantastic.
because I was in lane 1, so way on the corner. Nobody sees lane 1.
Right.
And lane 2 and lane 3, the girls fell behind very early in the race, so I was literally going
Wow.
solo.
Really?
Solo.
Wow.
And so when I saw the time, I cried. To be honest, I let it out. I cried, and I knew I was still slower. A few tenths, because I was 839 low, she was 838 high. I was still slower, but I was still incredibly proud.
Yeah, absolutely.
After that,
Rightfully so. Yeah.
the president of the federation was okay. Well, we never see this happen. Two ladies are under the federation,
Right.
so obviously, Patricia, that's her name. This girl, the president was like, okay, well, right now she's the one eligible to go.
Okay.
She's faster. You have.
So she qualified.
Yeah, you have from here to, I think it would have been May of next year or something,
Okay.
to get faster
Right.
if you want to go.
Right.
Or you can both go under the A cut.
Right.
In which case, okay, you both go.
Right.
So the year went by. None of us got faster than her time, her clocking of 8:38
Right.
until April,
Okay.
where I went to the Grand Prix in Stanford and I clocked an 8:38 lower.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also I clocked a 4:13 lower in the 400,
Okay.
which also beat her time
Wow.
than the year
So
previous.
now you're kind of raising up.
So
the
now
rank.
I'm over her, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm faster. So now I'm the one eligible to go.
Right.
So I did it in April, and then there was another meet in Mexico, which was also a qualifier,
Okay.
and I was still kind of waiting. I was done. I mean, that was my chance. I had done it.
Right.
Whatever happens, happens. I mean, I was really proud. I got under it. Fine. Let's let's just wait and see what happens.
Right.
Because she was gonna do the Mexican qualifier.
Okay.
So I was just gonna sit back and wait. That was, oh my God.
Well, I bet.
That was the most
You
intense.
can't do anything. You're waiting for your
It was,
competitor.
yeah, it was like a month or so
Yeah.
waiting.
And
Yeah,
how'd
it was
she
so
do?
intense. She went up to 840 something, so it was not good enough.
No.
So
So that's why
I
you
was the
went.
one who
Okay.
got to go to Beijing.
So, talking to a lot of athletes, I know that injury is part of the world of athletics.
Yeah.
You suffered a severe injury.
Yes.
That was probably one of your toughest
Yeah.
things you've overcome. What happened specifically?
Yeah, well, after qualifying in April, that meet, I trained very hard. I knew I would qualify. I went to Beijing. I dropped my time.
Okay, so you're in Beijing. You did very well.
I did very well. I came from Beijing, and we had this get together at one of my friend's houses, and she had these boats and tubes. So we went tubing, and I was.
Okay, so it was recreational.
It was recreational.
Okay,
unfortunately.
and what did you do? You
I tore the subscap tendon of my shoulder.
Wow.
I heard it crack.
As a swimmer.
And I did it recreational, but injuries do happen in swimming, especially because water is not our element. We're supposed to be land. Animals, right?
Yes.
And being in the water is something not too natural.
So you sustain.
So going around and around and around. It's gonna wear out eventually.
So you sustained the injury.
But I didn't help it by going tubing.
No.
Right?
No.
Yeah, so my mentality was always, suck it up, push through it.
But you've just done Beijing.
Yeah, I just got back from Beijing,
Right.
and we're starting the new school year.
Yeah.
That means training really hard. In
Sure.
the fall, training is very intense and hard. And I did that with the injury. I wasn't in a lot of pain actually, but I was like, that's fine, it'll get better eventually.
Right.
I'll just take my Advil and just push on.
Right. You push through it. Okay.
Until my coach sent me to the physician. Physician to get the MRI done and everything, and they were like, yes, your tendon is 3/4 torn.
Oh my goodness.
You can't swim right now.
Right. So you're off.
I was off.
And how long you off for?
I was completely off my shoulder for about 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
So
you're not in the pool swimming?
No, I was in the pool. I was kicking.
Okay, you're kicking.
I was kicking practices.
Okay.
And there's like one thing.
So you're injured. You're still swimming, but you can't use your shoulders.
Yeah.
You're just kicking. Okay.
I'm just kicking.
It didn't stop the training.
No, it didn't stop the training.
Okay.
You
so
have
then
to
you're
train
back.
through it.
Then 3 weeks later, you're back to.
I'm back to swimming a little bit, but
And how were your times at that time?
they were okay. I mean, I was still pushing hard.
Good for you.
The only problem is that when it healed, I didn't quite get the range of motion that I had before, and so my strength wasn't never up there.
Right. What did that experience teach you?
It honestly taught me to really take care of your post-injury recovery. I mean, you really have to pay a lot of attention to rehab and range of motion, because if I'd done a better job at that, I wouldn't have suffered the consequences afterwards.
Okay.
And I think it was going back to my mentality of like, whatever, I'll be fine.
Right.
So I guess because I was young, and
so you trained though through injury.
yeah, I trained through injury.
And you still qualify for the next ones.
I still qualify for the next Olympics. Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. And so you get qualified and you go to London.
To London, yeah.
In 2012.
2012.
And how many represented Mexico?
So in Beijing there was only 4 of us.
4 in Beijing.
In London they were, oh goodness, 7.
Wow. Okay.
Or 8.
Yeah.
7 or 8.
Almost doubled your numbers.
Yeah.
For London.
No. There were quite a few more.
Okay.
Going to London.
Well, tell us the Olympic experience. What is it like? Like, we watch on TV, and you've got the opening ceremonies with the parade. What's that like for you guys?
Well, I never got to experience the opening ceremony. I know.
You didn't get to walk in the...
No, I didn't.
So not every Olympian gets to go.
No.
Why not?
Because I was always racing the morning after the opening ceremony.
Oh, so you need to rest up.
Yeah, you need to rest up.
So you're not in the parade at all?
No, as far
as... You don't get to go...
No, I didn't.
Is that disappointing?
It is, but at the same time, you know what you're there for,
Yeah,
and you do have an entire week to experience it.
Sure.
It's not all about the opening ceremony. Yes, the opening ceremony is nice,
Right.
but I feel like the opening ceremony is more for the viewers
Sure.
to
Okay.
get into the excitement, because us athletes, we are already
You've
excited.
already got
We
the
don't
Olympic
need,
spirit.
yeah, we already
Yeah.
got the Olympic
Okay.
spirit.
Okay. So then you go through, and then so you get to go to the closing ceremonies then.
No, no, I know.
So you don't get
Because-
the opening or the closing.
Or the
Why
closing.
does that happen? then?
Because swimming happens the first week of the Olympics.
Okay. So the first
And
section.
after you're done,
fly
you
home?
are out, because then the next athletes from Mexico have to stay in your bed.
So you haven't had that experience of going to an opening or a closing.
Oh, no.
But even still, this Olympic experience has been amazing. For
Amazing.
you.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
wonderful. Representing your country.
Yeah.
Yeah, phenomenal. And what kind of recognition do you get from, I don't know, is it the President of Mexico or any of the, what kind of recognition going back as an Olympian?
Dinner
Okay.
where they give you all the gear,
Right.
and the
Yeah, so
president
is
does like a
this
speech.
some of the gear?
This is for the Pan American Games.
Okay.
All my Olympic gear is back in Mexico.
Back in Mexico.
It's safe there.
Right. But they provide all your
They
clothes
provide all
and-
your gear in the
Wonderful.
bag and
Wow.
the dinner.
Wonderful.
I never went to it. I don't think I was never that. Oh yeah, going to meet the president. Not really, to
Right.
be honest.
But I know that your country is proud of
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you've
oh,
done
the-
and how you
yeah.
represented it.
Yeah, as long as I make the people proud, not
Right.
necessarily the president, but
So London happens.
London have, yeah.
Now you're in Hamilton.
Yeah.
When
so
did you get to Hamilton?
right after London, Hamilton Aquatic Club,
Okay.
who my sister is the head coach of that club.
Okay.
She hired me to be age group coach.
Okay. So they're out of McMaster.
They are
Where
all
are they?
over the
They're all over the
yeah,
place.
the
Okay.
city
Different
pools,
pools.
McMaster.
Okay.
I started with what we call Olympic Way, which is basically teach the kids how to swim.
Right.
So that's how I started, because I still wanted to train for another Olympic cycle.
Right.
So I was doing both teaching
You're
and
coaching and
That was the
training
first
for
year.
yourself.
The second year I got more hours. The third year more. The fourth year a little bit more hours. But I was still training.
Right.
I was still training in Hamilton Aquatic Club.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a teacher, coach, and swimmer
Yeah, I
yourself.
was a swimmer. Yeah.
And swimmer
Yeah.
yourself.
That was for 4
That's a
years.
busy life.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
that-
a busy life.
That was.
So you're training for which Olympics was this then?
Rio. I was.
Rio, but you didn't.
I didn't really have the set for Rio. After London, I was just taking it 1 year at a time.
Sure.
So after the year, I decided, okay, I'll continue.
Yeah.
So I continued on. After London, the next year, I went to World Championships.
World champion.
Because in between the Olympics, you have World Championships,
Sure.
you have
There's
Intermediate
all
Games,
these other meets.
all these
yeah.
meets.
Yeah.
Barcelona was my last good year,
Wow.
where I still did a bunch of events. I placed pretty well. I still broke the national record in the 400
Wow.
IM.
My goodness.
That was in the summer of 2013.
2013.
Yeah.
Okay.
After which I decided to keep swimming, and then the next 2 years I got illness and more injuries in the other shoulder.
Okay.
This is from swimming.
Right. Right.
So I struggled quite a bit,
Okay.
and after what was it, the summer of 2015, I decided to retire.
Okay. So you've retired in 2015.
Retired in 2015.
Now this is interesting. As an athlete, then you're identifying yourself as a swimmer, an Olympic swimmer, representing your country. You're kind of done with the competition side of it. How do you identify yourself now as?
As retired?
Yeah. What do you say? I'm a retired swimmer, or
Well,
you say I'm
let
a
me
coach
just
still
let me just
coaching?
point out, I did retire in 2015, but after 3 months or 4 months or so, I decided to go back to try for another Olympics.
Okay.
So I went back, I trained, I didn't make it
Didn't qualify.
this
okay.
year?
Right.
but I'm still so proud that I let it all out there
Good
and
for
I
you.
left it all.
Yeah.
But now after this, the cycle, I did retire,
Right.
and it's definitely different, because you have to think that I've been in a hardcore training for
Yeah.
20 plus years.
It's your life. Yeah.
And now it's nothing.
Yeah.
Right? No
Yeah.
training.
Right.
Like I'll still exercise, but it's not nearly the same.
No, not to the same level.
So you have
yeah.
all this time in your hands, right?
Right.
And you really have to be very, very careful, and you have to make sure in your mind, you are okay.
Right.
And you have to understand that if you're not, like, yes, I didn't get any medals or Olympic medals, or I might have not qualified for my third Olympics, but I'm still good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even, and this is for everybody, right, who's working out there for the goals. If you're not enough now without your goals, you're never going to be enough with
Okay.
those goals.
So
You know?
repeat that a little bit louder. So if you're not enough,
If you're not enough with, whatever medals you're working for or whatever, you're never going to be good enough with them.
right?
Right? So you got to make sure you're good
Just
yourself,
where you're at. Yeah.
right? Where
Absolutely.
you're at. And then
Yeah.
obviously you're going to have goals, you want to get better, but you have to understand that you're good enough now.
Right.
And that's what, you know.
So I show Our Ambitious City. It's about Hamilton, the people that make Hamilton great. And
Yeah.
as geese are flying over, I hope people can still hear us. Why Hamilton? Why have you decided to stay in Hamilton and make Hamilton home?
Honestly, I got here firstly because of my sister, because she was here.
Okay.
So if my sister had been, say, in British Columbia, I would probably be there now.
So, okay.
So it was my sister that I have to thank for being here.
Yeah.
Now I stayed here because, look, right?
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
beautiful. I love the people here.
So you
It's-
call Hamilton home.
I do.
You work here.
I work here. I used to train here, but I still work out here. And it's a nice city. You get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's not overwhelming as the other big cities.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, in closing, my always my
Yeah.
last question is,
Yeah.
okay, so Hamilton is known as the ambitious city. If you could not use the word ambitious, what would another word be that you would use to describe Hamilton or Hamiltonians even better?
Oh, definitely determined. Yes.
Determined.
The people here in Hamilton are determined. They're
Okay.
hard workers.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
very determined.
So great word. Determined is a great word to describe Hamiltonians, and they drive. They're pushed
Yeah.
to get their goals, to do what they do. Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
you exemplify that for sure. You know what I mean? Well,
you.
obviously, but this is a special edition of Our Ambitious City. I want you to tell us what the Olympic spirit means for you. Right? I've never spoken to an Olympian before. So, what is the Olympic spirit when
The
people?
Yeah.
As an athlete.
For me, okay, the Olympic spirit means becoming together as one.
Okay.
That's what it means. Because if you think about
Unity.
unity, yes,
Alright.
unity is the Olympic spirit. If you think about it, the Olympics bring together people from all over the world.
Right.
And the interesting thing here is you have people who barely have any resources to train.
Right.
Like for swimming, there will be swimmers from countries they can train, in lakes.
Right.
If they're lucky.
Outdoors. Yeah.
And then you have people who have absolutely everything.
Right.
So you really can't call it a fair competition.
Right.
Because it's not. I mean,
Right.
you have first world countries that have absolutely everything, and then you have third world that have nothing.
Right.
So they're not going to match up.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But they do bring them together. It doesn't matter.
So it's a sport
It's
that
a
brings.
sport that brings
brings them
people
together.
together. It doesn't matter the medals, the best times, the records.
Right.
Yes, that's exciting, but it's not really the core of the Olympics.
So when you're walking around Olympic Village, it's that sense of oneness.
Unity, yes,
Right,
yes,
as
because
Olympians.
we are all athletes. We all do the same thing.
Right.
We have that fire within.
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
To light us up.
Fantastic.
On the outside.
Well, you've heard it here from an Olympian herself what it means to be an Olympic swimmer and an Olympic athlete, bringing the world together. And so I hope you take that sense of drive in Hamilton. We are the ambitious city. Come on down, see what there is to explore and to experience in Hamilton. And we want to say thank you for joining us. Tune in next week, Friday at 10 a.m., and we'll meet another ambitious person from Hamilton. Always hope.